Place is filthy and disgusting. So I'll wait for a few people to pop on. We're going to talk about Summer Wells and another search that I'm doing. Wait for people to pop on. So today is the 11th-month anniversary of Summer Wells' disappearance. Just still want to continue to pay respect to Summer. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Still want to pay respect to Summer. Today is a May 15th, 2022. 11 months now. 11 months since Summer Wells went missing. Where is she? I'm always searching for answers to find out what happened to her that day. I am out here in Pasco County, Florida this morning. I am in Port Richey, Florida. Yeah, and I have a picture of Summer with me just to remind everyone out there that Summer's life mattered. She needs to be found. That case needs to be brought to a close. I believe that Summer Wells is somewhere near her home. Timeline of what happened that day, June 15, 2021, when she went missing, is very suspect. Don and Candace Wells needs to be brought in. Cadaver dogs and search dogs need to go into that property, along with law enforcement equipment like backhoes, and they need to start digging. They need to start doing forensics. They need to go back into that house. I was doing a little research on scent dogs. I know at that day that she went missing around that time, authorities went to that property and they used scent dogs. Doing a little research, they're not always accurate. Those scent dogs are not always accurate. So, finding a scent that goes down to the bottom of their property, don't know the accuracy of that, if that's true. Let me ask you guys' opinion too on Summer. Did authorities thoroughly search inside that home that day? Inside their home. I know that authorities searched the property, but how thoroughly did they search inside the home? Did they just go in the home just to get a scent? Or, did they go, through the house, looked in the attic, if it has a basement, any type of storage rooms? Did they look inside that home thoroughly, like with an extensive search, akin to a search warrant? When they come to your house with a search warrant, they're tearing things apart. Did they, at the time Summer Wells went missing, tear that home apart inside the Wells home? I don't read much information about that. I know that authorities were searching around the property as if Summer Wells wandered off or walked off, or the scent that took them down to the road, Ben Hill Road. But did they actually search that home thoroughly? Presenting that to you guys. Let me know if that's true. If it is, provide sources. So I am in the woods here. I'm gonna talk about another missing case. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna talk about another missing case. I've been out here for a few hours this morning. This is Pasco County, Florida. This is in Port Richey, Florida. There is another missing female in this area that I am trying to find answers and try to find what happened to her, and that is Alyssa Ciccarelli. If you Google Alyssa Ciccarelli, so this is an interesting case. A little bit after around Easter time, she went missing. Last seen in Port Richey, Florida, on surveillance at the Embassy Food and Gas Station. Just recently, a male by the name of Scott Quinn confessed that on April 17th, after Ciccarelli was seen on that surveillance camera at that food and gas, him and her went to this area here off Cherry Creek Lane in Port Richey and did fentanyl together. They did fentanyl together Quinn claims that she passed out after doing the drugs. He left her. He claims this place is crazy filthy. This is like homeless camps back here. It's crazy that this type of stuff exists. Quinn claims he came back here in this area here on April 18th, and she was dead. And instead of calling authorities, Quinn claims that he took her to a nearby dumpster and put her in a dumpster, and then took her possessions, all her possessions, and sold it off. Now he's in jail for a rack of crimes like, stolen property, but they don't have her body. They don't have Alyssa Ciccarelli's body, and she could be back here. She could be back here. Quinn claims it was back here in this area. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Quinn claims Ciccarelli is somewhere back in this area, that he left her. Or no, actually Quinn claims that he put her in a dumpster. I don't know where the dumpster is, other than a dumpster near the Embassy Gas, which is a quarter mile away from here. But this is the area he claimed they did drugs. So it is a homeless camp. It's off. Let me take you out of here a minute. I've been looking back here for a few hours this morning, spending my Sunday morning searching for Alyssa. Just wanted to pop on and talk about Summer Wells because it is her anniversary. While I was sitting out here looking for Alyssa, I realized, yeah, it is Summer Wells' anniversary. She matters. This is a search that most of my following, most of the subscribers to my channel, we're all following the Summer Wells case. We all want answers with Summer Wells, but there's a lot of other missing people out. And all of us could look who's missing in our local areas. I am from Pinellas, Pasco County, Florida. There's been other crime missing type cases that I've been looking into lately, particularly Ruth C. Kellogg. Check out my prior videos on Ruth. Over 70 years old, went missing in Port Richey, Florida. Kathleen Moore and Colin Knapp. We were out there looking for her and actually found the murder weapon, we believe, because Pasco County sheriffs wanted to know about the murder weapon and where it's at and whatnot. That was a sad story too. A boyfriend kills his girlfriend and then dumps her in the swamp in back of her house. So it's just local cases, and the point I'm making is we all can make a difference in this world by looking up missing people and unsolved cold cases in your community, and then do your part to bring awareness by looking, searching, keeping the name in the spotlight so that individual case stays relevant, or if it's cold, you can bring it back to light. Maybe someone fresh eyes can look at it. Someone has a memory recollection that they might have saw. It's hot out here in the swamps. It's hot out here in the swamps of Florida. I'm searching. Let me focus back on Summer a minute now. So it's been 11 months since Summer Wells went missing. I don't trust Don and Candace Wells. Candace is not on that property. I'm told that she's not going to go back to that property until Don Wells gets out of jail. So she's just going to stay away. Why doesn't she want to be around her property? Well, she's alone up there. It is dark and scary up there at night. Grandma's up there. Does she feel she's vulnerable? Or does she not want people around? Or she got something to hide? Let me know your thoughts on that one, about why Candace is not at their home. At the course of Candace not being home, the dogs that they claim are strays were roaming around that property, not being fed. And it's good that the Humane Society took the time to rescue those remaining dogs on the compound. Hopefully there's no more dogs being bred there. Candace has this thing where she allows dogs to breed on her property, but then doesn't accept responsibility for them, claims they are strays. She always uses the word strays. Don Wells has told us numerous times those dogs on the property are strays. They're not strays. They belong to Don and Candace Wells. They just don't want to take ownership after breeding dogs. They just want to let them run around the property, but say, hey, they're not our dogs. And it doesn't really work that way, you know. You take in animals, you have a responsibility to make sure those animals are taken care of, right? So hopefully they don't breed animals again. Hopefully they don't, you know, just like their children. You know, Candace neglected her children in Wisconsin. She neglected her children in Tennessee. She neglected their dogs in Tennessee. That's just the pattern of behavior she is. That's who these people are. So there's people out there, I'm dumbfounded how people out there could defend, let me go in here, defend Don and Candace Wells. You know, Summer's life mattered. I don't understand why people could defend, you know, that type of behaviors, just with the amount of horror stories that we've heard, them screaming at each other that we've witnessed on YouTube, just the disrespect, the shenanigans, the games they play, the weird and strange people they associate with. You know, they're just sick people, you know, and everyone has a chance to redeem themselves. They have a chance to redeem themselves, but as we see, they're not doing it. You know, when we do and hear from Don and Candace, you know, they're always up to something new that's crazy and stuff like that. You never really see them making efforts to change their life. You see Candace going on these lives with slurred speech. It looks like she's under the influence of something, drugs, pills, alcohol, and she's not making any changes to better herself. You know, she's not doing anything like trying to improve their home, to get their boys home. And when I say that, is cleaning up their house, cleaning up their property, making efforts, going to church, associating with good people. Did you know that, you know, there was a video circulating, another YouTuber that went in front of Kathy Clayton's house in Jefferson City, you know, just to show, hey, Candace, we're watching you, whatever, you know, that's a public street, they can do that. But do you know that Kathy Clayton, his husband, has a conviction in Mississippi for family neglect? So again, it's like Candace, you know, there's billions of people in this world, and Candace continues to choose to associate with individuals that are sketchy or are, you know, bad individuals. I mean, you know, it would have been better if we saw Candace hanging out with Robin Lane on a daily basis. You know, Robin Lane, Sabbath's teacher, you know, at least they're Christians that, you know, maybe can guide Candace into the right path to make better decisions. I mean, we're not going to hear the end of Candace Wells. As she's free, we're going to just continue to hear bad things that are happening to them, you know, and hopefully authorities do something finally to Candace. This is a dumping ground here. It's just, now there's a missing girl in this area, and it gets hot during the day, and it just like Brian Laundrie's body. See, she's been missing. Alyssa's been missing since April 17th. She's been missing since April 17th. Now in Florida, bodies evaporate very easy because of the humidity. This is off like a dirt road. This is the area. This is the area where Scott Quinn, the man that sits in the Pasco County Detention Center, claims that, you know, she died of a fentanyl overdose somewhere in this woods. Don't see authorities. And I want to touch on something else too. I reached out to the family of I guess the stepfather from Vermont of Ciccarelli here, you know, and I was, you know, we were communicating through Facebook Messenger, and I'm telling them, you know, we're out here looking around, trying to find, you know, her, trying to find answers. Very grateful for that. Was telling us about, you know, search areas to search and whatnot. And then what he does is he actually blocked me on Facebook, the father, because he threw my criminal past inside my face and said, you know, at first they wanted my help, and then they were like, no, we don't want your help. Leave it to authorities. And he blocked me, you know, and I was kind of hurt by that. I was kind of hurt by that because I'm like, whoa, I'm just out. It doesn't matter if you have a criminal past or what you've done in the, past, as long as you redeem yourself, I think there's no problem with that, right? Particularly, last few years, I've been dramatically trying to make changes in my life to better myself and try to help people and try to bring awareness to bad situations. And for him to, say those things to me and throw my criminal past in my face, I was kind of hurt by that. But it doesn't deter me. It's not really about them. It's about me just doing what's right. So I just want to, encourage people out there, if you made mistakes in the past and you do want to make changes in your life, you can do it. You can make changes in your life and you can make a difference. It doesn't matter what you did, as long as you paid your debt to society, you should be able to participate in society. And if you want to do selfless acts or community service or help people, you shouldn't be, shunned from that. You shouldn't be shunned from just, if someone's missing or something, trying to go out there and report on it or share what's going on, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know. What's your thoughts? So this is off Cherry Creek. This is the area. This is the area. Where could she be? Where could Ciccarelli be? I'm going to spend a few more hours out here, but if you are in the Pasco County area, come on out. See, over here is a swamp. Swampland. I'm going to show you the swamp. So someone just said, I'm a vulture profiting from someone's pain. Let me tell you something. I'm not profiting from someone's pain. I don't understand that. You don't make a lot of money going out here doing this. Yeah, my channel is monetized, but look at my channel analytics. I don't make a lot of money being out here, and that's not what it's about. I make more money, doing the stock market and my investments and selling my merchandise, political merchandise, and doing my Airbnbs than I do sitting on YouTube making a few $100s a month. It's not about that. So I don't know why people would say profiting off tragedy. I mean, the media reports on crime. The media gets advertisement based off ratings and crime. So if you're saying that I'm profiting off these tragedy cases, then you got to say that to every single media outlet and every single YouTuber. That's a ridiculous concept. So everyone is guilty of profiting off crime. That's how it works, right? With news media's reporting on cases. That's how it works. But when small people like us are just out there at Grassroots trying to make a difference because the media is not out here, reporting on these things, what is wrong with that? What's wrong with showing her face when she's missing? What's wrong? The more that you show her face, there's a good chance that more and more people will help or someone will try to find her. So the individual that said that comment, you don't make no sense. You're just hating on me for whatever reason. That's fine. God bless you. All right, so yeah, this is look at this swamp. I don't know if you guys ever seen a Florida swamp. I'm going to show you. I was down here earlier, but I don't want to actually go in. But it's definitely a swamp in there. So, yeah. So they came. So what it is according to Scott Quinn, who's in the Pasco County Jail, about a quarter mile down the road there is Embassy Gas. And she was seen on surveillance there April 17th. They probably walked down this trail, if they in fact came here, and went into this area to do fentanyl. And that's another thing, people. Stay off the drugs. Stay off the fentanyl. Stay off the drugs, man. These drugs are just, that fentanyl, and you're hearing horror stories about fentanyl, man. It destroys families. It destroys communities. It's no good. It's very, very addictive. It's no good. Lay off the drugs. That fentanyl stuff is so dangerous, and it just destroys people and communities and rips families apart. That we do have a fentanyl crisis in this country. So according to the guy that's sitting in jail, Scott Quinn, who says he took her April 17th to this wooded area, they did fentanyl together. Stay off the fentanyl. Stay off the drugs. All drugs. Stay off the hard drugs, man. So yeah, I was down here. This is at this point, with her, it's like looking for articles of clothing. So, Google her case, Alyssa Ciccarelli, Pasco County, Florida. Google the case. Bring awareness. See for yourself. It's a very pretty popular street down here. Surprised that the neighborhoods leading up to here don't have surveillance that can prove that Ciccarelli was here. The police have put out, the Pasco County sheriffs have put out that Quinn claims they were in here, this area, but they're not saying that for a fact. They're just saying what out of Quinn's words. So she could very well be in a dumpster, like Quinn said he put her in a dumpster. Where's the dumpster? If they were back here, somewhere around here, and he said he then put her in a dumpster, I don't see any dumpsters around here. I don't see any public dumpsters. So you can't just take a body right here and then drag them. Where? Where are you going to drag them? Where are you going to drag the body? Because there's no dumpsters unless you put them in someone's trash can, but you're not going to put a body in a trash can. That's going to definitely be noticed. This is the exact area he claims they were doing drugs, and he claims he came back here April 18th and put her body in a dumpster. But there's no dumpsters around here. No dumpsters. See, look at this hardcore swamp right here. That's the Florida swamp. When you hear about Florida swamp, people, this is the Florida swamp. That is the Florida swamp. Yeah, there's probably alligators, crocodiles, I don't know, either or. But there's definitely, let me go down here. Gotta be careful too with like poison ivy and snakes. Is Ciccarelli in here? Like, did he do something and put her in the swamp? Her life mattered. Summer's life mattered. All missing people's lives matter, right? But there is some cases that, I don't want to keep my plate full and try to say, hey, I'm going to be a hero here and try to search for every single case. I am invested in the Summer Wells case. I am invested in the Kylan Schulte, Crystal Turner case. Oh, there's a new development on Kylan Schulte, Crystal Turner. For you people out there that follow that case, the two girls that were killed in Moab, Utah on August 14th, 2021. An individual, his name popped up that the police says killed her. Adam Pinkowitz, former co-worker at McDonald's with Crystal Turner. Police claim he left town afterward and then killed himself. And then before he killed himself, he told someone what he did to Crystal, and Kylan admitted to it and gave details. So police are claiming he's the one. But Dog the Bounty Hunter, he went on TV last night and said he doesn't think it was Pinkowitz. He's hearing it's another name. And, we were given Pinkowitz's name from the McDonald's employee. Check out prior videos that I posted. Look at that. That is the swamp. But Dog says he interviewed over 100 people. Okay, I ate a fly. And he says it could be somebody else. They have another name. That another name, who knows what it is? I'll say the initials. I think who they're talking about is MR. The name MR. I think that's who Dog the Bounty Hunter is referring to as the one that people think really did it. MR. I know that Kylan Schulte's private investigator, Jason Jensen, has reached out to us and wanted more information about MR to pass along to Dog the Bounty Hunter. We spoke to MR. If it is MR in Moab, older gentleman, was seen with his friends up in the area at the time they got killed. To me, I thought he was honest and genuine when we went and talked to him, so I don't think he did it. I really do think it was the Adam Pinkowitz guy. Based off what the McDonald's employee said, he enraged about them being a couple, a lesbian couple. It looks like it was a hate crime, and then he ran off and committed suicide. So we'll see. We'll see when the case closes and the police release more information on why they think Adam Pinkowitz killed Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner. It would be interesting. We know he had family, or has family, that lives in Florida. We attempted to go to the family's house to interview them, but they don't live there anymore at the last known address that we became aware of. So hopefully the family believes that Adam Pinkowitz, both families, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner's families, both believe that Adam killed them so they can have closure and they can move on with their lives. That case, that was August. So that was August. That case, so Kylan Schulte, Crystal Turner murder case was done in August, and it was just solved here in May. Less than a year. That case, a double murder, was solved quicker than Summer Wells case, right? That still drags along, and let me tell you something about Summer Wells case. Police have more than enough evidence to arrest Don and Candace Wells for something. Child abuse, child neglect, providing alcohol to minors, neglect. A lot of things you could charge them with. And to not charge them, I do not understand why. Check this homeless camp out. These were what exists in Florida. This is really sad that people live back here, or lived back here. It's scary. This is scary. This is just accumulation of trash, cans, clothing, bottles, beer. Now, I looked through this area a lot earlier before I came live. Did not see Ciccarelli back here. But other people have lived back here. We talking shoes. Look at this. Look at this. It's sick. I definitely have to go home and wash my hands and don't walk inside the home with these shoes thoroughly, because look. This is someone's makeshift. It's like a makeshift tent. Hear the birds chirping. I saw another crazy homeless camp over here. I'm going to take you over. Stay with me, people. Stay with me. I just want to show you that in Pasco County, Florida, right off US Highway 19, a lot of these homeless camps exist right off the road. It's scary. I've seen people and talked to people back here, guys that push around shopping carts, and they're on drugs and they're sleeping out here in tents. Back here, it's filthy and disgusting. But Pasco County, Florida, is it's growing fast and rapidly, and there's not enough housing. Look at this. Just look at that. That is disgusting. And all you see here is beer, 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 natural ice, beer, beer, beer. Big mattress, more trash. So where's Summer Wells, everyone? Where's Alyssa Ciccarelli? Where are all the missing people? Do your part. Help out. Do your part. Today's also Sunday. This is the day of prayer. This is the day to be blessed for, you know, hopefully all of you have stability in your life and good things are going on in your lives. But if good things are going on in your lives, make sure you try to make a difference and help other people in their lives that are struggling. There are people that are struggling. Homelessness, addiction, domestic violence. Serious people. Serious. This case here with Alyssa Ciccarelli is just bad. It's bad that it's just bad. You know, you hang around with the wrong people, and then the result ends up you losing your life. Just look at this. I gotta be careful. I'm stepping on like glass. Shopping cart. Let's see where the shopping cart came from. Most likely, probably Walmart. Somebody stole a Walmart shopping cart. It's just bad. It's just bad. You know, and this type exists on all along US Highway 19, right off in the areas. It's just trashed up with, you know, this is not a dumping ground. This looks like people have actually lived here or stayed here. Glass. It's just sad. Oh, I'm gonna show you. Let me just go back this other way. And I appreciate the support, everyone. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and seeing the content that I put out. I try to get inconsistencies and try to let me explain some things I do. You know, sometimes I protest in front of people's homes that warrant it, right? But not every situation that I go in front of someone's house. I'm not about protesting. I'm out there just trying to speak up for victims and try to get truth on uncertainty, right? Uncertainty. And, you know, I was up at the Wells house, Don and Candace Wells, for days, multiple times, searching for Summer, talking to neighbors, trying to sleuth, trying to pick people's brains, trying to extract information, protest, activism, just a lot of different things, you know, and it's just a combination. That's what I do. I don't really go on these podcasts and just say speculation and talk all day. I actually, you know, try to get out and do something. That's the content and that's the value system that I represent, you know, and the content putting out there is just to maybe in the course of me being out here and talking about this stuff and being at the scene, we could uncover something that we don't know. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, you know, because you guys are the second line of defense, the eyes. See, this is a typical Pasco County homeless camp. Look at this. See, look at all this beer cans. It's bad, man. This is bad. And there's a tent back here. It's just bad. Let me just see. Anybody in here? Like someone actually. It stinks in here. Freaking stinks in here. Ugh. Yeah, they got pots and pans. If somebody actually lived here. But these are the type of places, you know, like some missing people or people that don't want to be found end up going. And then, you know, you're out here, you're doing a bunch of drugs and alcohol, and then you end up dying. You know, it's just addiction is serious, people. Addiction, you know, it's bad, man, and it's a growing problem in this country. But again, with this particular case with Ciccarelli, according to Mr. Quinn, who's in jail, who claims that he took her back here in this area and did fentanyl together which is a extremely dangerous drug, and that stuff is what happens. So it's sad. It's sad. So. And it's tough when you come into situations where there's missing people, because you see like clothing and then you're like, oh, is that the person's clothing? But most likely it's not. It's just homeless people bringing their stuff and then just leaving it here, or just abandoning the situation. Who knows where the individuals that were back here, where they're at now, where they are at in their lives. Are they dead? Are they in jail? Are they in another homeless camp? Have they redeemed themselves and got fixed and better, and help and clean themselves up? It's sad. This exists, everyone. This exists in this world, in the United States of America. We are the most economically developed country in the world, yet homelessness is a serious problem. We're seeing it in a lot of cities where people just can't afford housing anymore. Same thing would happen with Kylan Schulte, Crystal Turner murder case out in Utah. They couldn't afford housing. They couldn't afford housing, so they had to sleep in their van or sleep outside in their tent. And bad things happen. Bad things happen. You don't have a home, you're out in the wilderness and you're doing drugs and alcohol and hooking up with the bad people, the bad elements of society, and it's sad. Look, deodorant, there's some deodorant right there. It's bad, people. It's bad. So 11 months, Summer Wells needs to be found. This case needs to be closed so we can all move on and help the next people. But it doesn't prevent you from helping other people now while the Summer Wells case is going on. Bring attention, bring awareness, do your part. Appreciate everyone's support. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off. Going to continue to search. Summer's life mattered. All missing people's lives matter. So God bless everyone. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share. I'm going to be doing more searches. Summer, unfortunately, bad things happen. Oh, it was good. There was another prison escape out of Louisiana that just happened with Victoria Toon, a prison guard, 21-year-old female, worked at a juvenile Ware detention center in Louisiana, and she broke 3 violent inmates out of jail, juveniles that were in for attempted murder and armed robbery, and then they went on the run. Her career is absolutely ruined, but it's good news. They were caught. They were caught last night in Houston, Texas. They spotted the vehicle that they were, police spotted the vehicle, put a surveillance, and they were at a hotel and waited for them to come out and arrested them. So they're being extradited back to Louisiana. It's another female guard that does a stupid decision and tries to help male inmates escape prison, just like with the Casey White case. But if you look at statistics, there is 2,000 prison escapes a year in this country. I don't know how many where there's actually guards or female or male guards that help the inmates escape, but there's 2,000 escapes in this country. Probably most of them are halfway houses or people in work release programs that escape, but 2,000 escapes in jail and prisons in this country every year. That's average. That's a lot. That's a lot that people were able to just escape like that, because when you escape a jail, then you're draining resources. Police have to put their lives on the line to go out and find these individuals and bring them back. Just do your time and get it over with. I did my time, right? When I was in my 20s, I went to federal prison for 10 years. 10 years for a nonviolent crime. I was not happy. I was bitter. I thought it was a total injustice. But I did the time. Didn't try to escape. While in prison, went to the law library, exercised, surrounded myself with good people. Bad people, when I say good people, there are good inmates in jail that actually want to make a difference and try to change their lives. There's lots of people in jail, believe it or not, in prison that are working on getting themselves clean, education, work vocational classes to better themselves, so when they get out of jail, they don't go back. And, for me, being in prison 10 years in my 20s. I missed my entire 20s, got out in my early 30s. It was at first, for the first couple years, it was very difficult to adjust to society because I've been, crammed up, lost my 20s, been crammed up in a jail. And, the resources were very limited to me in Pennsylvania at the time. And I actually violated jail or probation and went back and, fulfilled that. Now I'm trying to make changes and, understand that, life isn't fair. People get bad sentences. Some people get light sentences. We've always heard that child molesters get slapped on the wrist while people that, sell drugs get 10, 20 years in jail. Sometimes it's just not fair. But you have to deal with the cards that are given to you. If the cards are given to you and you don't like what's going on, then try to better yourself and try to adjust to that situation and make the best of it. So that's my advice for the day. Justice for Summer Wells. God bless. Thanks for everyone that's watching. Love you all. Let me know what you think once I post this video goes up. Comment. Let me know other places to search, other cases. Let me know what's going on. Summer Wells case, what's new with the Summer Wells case, any other type of national case that's, needs help or needs eyes or needs exposure. Just let me know. All right. God bless. Everyone stay safe.